back to my channel and to another video. This video I'm going to be talking you through our current routine. So Ada is currently 4.5 months old, so this will be our basically 4 to 6 months baby routine. I'm guessing around 6 months, just because I don't see the routine changing between now and then. I think it'll pretty much stick the same. Yeah, so this is going to be our routine, and I'm basically making this video because I have been on the hunt for a good routine for her at the moment. We've only just started we've only just started putting her into a proper routine from around 3 months old, but now she has a pretty firm routine. It's quite, well, it's not structured, it's quite flexible. Well, we try and be flexible, but we do have times that we would prefer her to go down for a nap. Yeah, and just to pretty much help any other new breastfeeding mum, this routine is probably okay for non-breastfeeding babies as well, people who give their babies formula. But for me personally, this is just I'm figuring out how to have a routine with a breastfed baby. Compared to my first child, Cassidy, I had a good routine with her. We knew when she was feeding, when she was due for a nap, and it just sort of flowed. Whereas I'm learning to be a bit more flexible with Ada, because she is breastfed, and because breastfed babies tend to digest breast milk more, so she feeds a lot more often. And I just wanted to make this video just to help any other new mum who's like, why is my 4.5-month-old baby still breastfeeding every 2 hours? Because mine does. Yeah, she she's getting enough food. Obviously she feeds every 2 to 3 hours. At night time, probably the longest she's gone is about 4. I think there was one night when she went 6, and that was like a dream night. But she's only done that once in 4.5 months. Now it's a current, it's a constant dream feed at 10, feed at 2, and then she wakes up again at 4. Yeah, so that's like her nighttime routine. But yeah, I just wanted to make everyone else feel like it's normal, it's okay. Your breastfed baby feeds so often, you know, it's like, you read so many things online like only feed them every 3 hours, only feed them every 4 hours, and it's just like, I just feed on demand. I think it is better for the baby, in my personal opinion. I'm not an expert, I'm just a mum. So obviously if you have any bigger issues or queries, go see your doctor, but this is just my personal opinion that I wanted to give out there to other people. Yeah, so our routine, I'll start from the morning. So Ada wakes up around 7 or 7:30 in the morning. If she's not awake by 7:30, I like to wake her up, just so you know, her whole routine isn't shifted. I'll try and wake her up by 7:30, just because then she gets enough of a wake time before we go to do the school run, which we leave at 8:45. Cassidy has got to be in school by 9 o'clock. Yeah, so she'll wake up at around 7:30ish normally. And I'll give her a feed every time she wakes up. So whenever she wakes up, she'll have a breastfeed, have some cuddles, nappy change, and then yeah, we'll just have some wait time, we'll play, we'll get Cassidy ready for school, we'll just talk to her and stuff, and then I will get her into the car, and then we'll take Cassidy, and then her next nap is around 9 o'clock. Sometimes she falls asleep in the car on the way back from school. Sometimes she doesn't. Like today, for instance, she doesn't. She's currently having a nap and it's 9:59, but she didn't go to sleep till about 9:20 today. So yeah, so her first nap falls in between 9 and 9:30. And what I do to get her to sleep is I feed her a little bit. I obviously look to see if she's tired, feed her a little bit, try and make sure she doesn't fall asleep on the boob, and then take her off, give her some cuddles, rock her, and then I'll put her down, usually awake. She will either just go straight to sleep if she's, you know, in a happy mood and she feels like playing ball. Sometimes she might cry. I don't respond to her cries straight away. I let her cry for a few minutes, and a lot of the time she does settle and go straight to sleep. But if she, you know, if she gets really worked up and stuff, I will go in, I'll calm her down. I would say our sleep training method is a mixture of the Ferber method and the pick up put down method, I think. I haven't read that much about that, but I pick her up and I put her down. So yeah, so we don't like wait extended periods of time. We don't like, I do like get longer in between the time, so I'll go in after like a couple of minutes and then I'll leave it a couple more minutes and then a couple more minutes. So it does get longer if she, that's what we did initially anyway. We don't really do it anymore because she goes to sleep quite soon, but that's what we did initially, so that's more like the further method. But when I did go in, I would pick her up. The further method tells you not to pick her up, I think it just tells you to pat them on the back, or you know, just sort of be in the room and let them reassure them that you're there. But I wanted to pick her up because that would do nothing for Ada, she'd just cry still. So I'd pick her up and I'd settle her until she's completely settled, and then I put back down again. If she does cry again, then I'll still leave the room for a few minutes and I'll go back in. But yeah, so normally she'll fall asleep quite well. Like today she cried for 2 minutes, I think it was, something like that, and then she fell asleep by herself. Yeah, so then she'll sleep till about, if she falls asleep at 9, she'll wake up at 10. If she falls asleep at half 9, she'll wake up at around 10:30. So I try and keep this nap to an hour. I try and give her, she has 3 naps a day, so the first one is an hour, the second one is around 2 hours, and the third one is around an hour. And the reason I've trying to keep it to 4 hours is because I think in the last month or something she's sort of, I can't remember what they've called it, it's like reverse sleeping or something like that. Whereas basically she was awake a lot of the night because she was getting really long naps during the day, so she'd have like an hour and a half in the morning, 2.5 in the afternoon, an hour and a half in the afternoon, and I'm just like, oh. So whereas it was really nice for me because I got loads of free time and Ada was asleep a lot. In the night time she would then wake up a lot more, so we're on like the reverse cycling, I suppose you could call it. Like she's awake more during the day and she's sleeping more during the night. So that first hour nap is key, to be only an hour. So yeah, she'll wake up around 10, half 10, and then she'll have some awake time. I'll feed her straight away. We'll just play, we'll put her about the house, we'll maybe go out while she's awake. I try and take her to the shops while she's awake so that she can have a nap at home, so that A, it's comfier for her, then you know she's not napping in the car seat or anything, and B, it means that I get to do stuff around the house. I get some personal time to get stuff done. Her second nap will always start around 12. She always seems to be ready for her 12 o'clock nap, and yeah, it's usually really easy to put her down. I just feed her before she goes to sleep, and then I will cuddle her, and then I'll put her down on her bed, and again I'll do the same thing. If she cries, I'll go back in after a couple of minutes. Usually she'll fall asleep by herself again, and yeah, she'll have a nap, and that is her long nap. So that's her 2-hour nap, and she'll stay asleep for usually around 2 to 2.5 hours, if she can, if I can't wake her up. But usually she'll wake up at around 2:30. If she's not fell asleep by 12:30, if she falls asleep by 12:30, then she'll wake up at around 2:30. And that's like obviously peak timing for me because I'll feed her straight away. I usually try and wake her up about 2:15 if she's not awake, but I have to feed her before we go and get Cassidy, so I'll feed her straight away after she wakes up for that nap, and then I will go and get Cassidy, and then we'll come home, we'll play. She usually can't go to sleep as soon as Cassidy gets home because Cassidy's got so much energy anyway, so it works out really well for us. And then she'll go to sleep again, her third nap around 4 o'clock, which is amazing for me because she gets an hour nap. I get to prep the tea. Cassidy like cooks with me. We play together, and she has her like one-on-one mummy cast time. And then Ada wakes up at around 5. Usually around 5 if she's extra tired because she hasn't had those other naps to be, you know, she hasn't had a full hour or 2 hours for the other nap. She might wake up at like 5:15, which is okay. And then yeah, we'll have tea, and then the bedtime routine starts at around 6 o'clock. So we will run a bath. Cassidy will get in the bath with Ada. We put Ada's baby bath in the bath with her, and Cassidy they'll get in the bath together. we'll just wash them, and then once Ada's out of the bath, I'll get her in her pyjamas ready, and then it goes one of two ways. So if Ada's really tired after the bath, I will feed her straight away, we'll get her pyjamas on, and then she will have some cuddles and go down to sleep. And she sometimes is asleep by 6:30, sometimes 7 o'clock. Sometimes if she's a bit more awake because she's had a longer nap in the evening, I will get her out of the bath, feed her a little bit, and then obviously get her pyjamas on and everything, and then we'll go into Cassidy's room, because we all go into Cassidy's room of an evening and read some books. So Ada will just sit with us and she'll read the books with us. And yeah, so she gets a bit of book time until she gets a little bit more tired, and then I will leave Cassidy with Daddy and go and put Ada to bed, feed her a little bit more, rock her, and then yeah, I try and make sure that she doesn't fall asleep on my boob, because obviously I don't want her to wake up thinking, oh, where's she gone, in the middle of the night a lot of times. So Ada will feed, I'll cuddle her, and then I'll put her down awake like I have done in the day. Yeah, like I said then, so normally she'll go to sleep between 6:30 and 7 for the night. That's her, you know, her nighttime, her bedtime. And then when I go to bed at 10, or when we go to sleep at 10-ish, I'll go in and feed Ada. Even if I'm not going to sleep, I'll just go in and feed Ada and give her a little dream feed to try and like stretch out this sleep that she has. So after that, she normally wakes up at around 2 o'clock in the morning. For a full feed, she'll have I give her the first breast, and then I change her bum, and then I'll give her the second one, and then I'll let her fall asleep on my chest, and then I'll put her back down and I'll go back to bed. And then she'll wake up. Usually, I don't know why she wakes up for this one, it's probably just a comfort thing. She wakes up at around 4. She doesn't drink very much milk. I'm trying to wean her off it, so each night I'm like trying to give her a little bit less a night, and then just cuddle her and put her down, and then she'll sleep usually until around 7:30 in the morning. But yeah, that's just what's normal for us. She feeds quite often. I think she's a bit of a snacker, which I'm okay with, to be fair. I'm okay with the extra cuddles. It's nice to just hold her. Yeah, I mean, I could do with the extra sleep at night if she didn't wake up too much. Sometimes it's like a tennis match, so like Ada will wake up and then I'll get her, you know, she'll go back to sleep or whatever, and then Cassidy will cry because she needs to go to the toilet, or sometimes Cassidy will just walk out of her room and go to the toilet by herself, and we're like, oh, what's going on? But yeah, so I just wanted to let you guys know what is normal for us, what's our routine that we're trying to follow, and hopefully give somebody some reassurance somewhere that if your baby is still feeding very often and waking up throughout the night 2 or 3 times, then it's normal, it's okay. They will sleep through eventually. Everything is a phase, and you just have to get through it. Please don't torture yourself or your baby so that you can, you know, rush it, because it's probably not going to be worth it. Yeah. But yeah, so I will update you guys when we change the routine. So after 6 months, I'm guessing, or if Ada starts sleeping throughout the night, then I'll let you know. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a big like and subscribe down below if you did, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!